Hi, I'm Lindsay Price, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about homeschooling in the U.S. Did you know that over 2.4 million students are now learning at home? This is a 75% increase from 1999. Research suggests that homeschooling is a beneficial education choice because you can tailor teaching to benefit your child's learning style, and also you can protect against bullying in public schools. In a typical classroom situation, it's almost impossible to have a teacher fit your learning style for your own student. Let's say your child does better in math than science. By homeschooling them, you can actually spend more time on their math studies and less time on their science. That way they can start to get a better grade in school. In a recent study, comparison of SAT scores by family education, homeschool children averaged 568 on verbal, 525 on math, and the nation's average was only 506 on verbal and 514 on math. That's a huge difference in children that are homeschooled, which makes it a beneficial option for your child. As you can tell, that's a large increase. So that's not to say that homeschooling is not a better education for your child. Some parents who use homeschooling to attend the needs of their gifted child or a child with special needs, says Helen Nam. Another main point is the outbreak of bullying in school. According to the National Center for Education, nearly a third of all students aged 12 to 18 reported being bullied at school in 2007. Some is almost daily. Wouldn't you, as a parent, do anything you could for your child to make sure that they are taken care of? So it's almost a no-brainer to just homeschool your child, shelter them from that negative energy. And also many parents say that they homeschool their children because of concern for the environment, such as drugs, peer pressure, says the U.S. Department of Education. If you want to be able to give your child a unique and tailored learning experience, then homeschool could be a great option for you. Also, bullying has become a serious problem today, and by being able to shelter your child, you can almost teach them everything they need to know without the negative attention that many kids get in public school. I want to show you a visual aid which was done by the Washington Times in 2009. It polled almost 12,000 students who are homeschooled, and it took the three well-known standardized achievement tests, which is the California Achievement Test, the Iowa Basic Skills Test, and the Stanford Achievement Test for the year 2007 to 2008. This graph shows that in reading, homeschoolers had an 84 percentile in that specific genre. Language, they were at 84 percentile as well. If you go to science, it jumps up to the 86 percentile. When you go to math, they're almost at 88. This is a huge difference than from public school, so you can't generally say that homeschooled children aren't as educated, because as this graph shows you, many of them are. All right, are there any questions from the audience?
What type of resources are available to parents who are wanting to homeschool their child?
Well, there's always trips to the library. There are many internet resources and programs which can keep your students up to date. You can get a little bit more knowledge of how to teach them, maybe certain areas that will make it a little bit more fun and relaxing, so it's not always so structured on a day-to-day basis. Anything else?
How can I keep my child engaged socially if they are homeschooled?
Just because your child is homeschooled doesn't mean that they have to be at home all the time. I mean, you can take your child out, you could go to the museum. There's also, you could get them involved in soccer, football, baseball, any type of sports. You also want to get them involved in dance, music. If you're not able to do that sort of thing at home or you don't feel comfortable teaching them that, always get them involved with other students or, young adults their age, so that way they feel more active and more social. This is my presentation on homeschooling. I think it's a viable option. So me as a parent, I would definitely choose homeschooling for my child.